right, good evening, everyone. We'll call this meeting to order and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We begin, as we do all meetings, with public audience. Is there anyone who would like to speak? Joan, can you find this, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Joan Coe, 26 Whitcomb Drive. It should be noted that the last election has the lowest turnout of voters. This is indicative that residents are not engaged with town politics, public participation, or the distribution of their tax dollars. I stand here tonight and I would like to inform you and the public that participation in public forum can result in retribution. I have been a victim of retribution, as was Mike Payne, owner of Payne's Rubbish Removal Service, when certain individuals changed services as retribution for his vote on lowering the first selectman's salary. Since I own a Chrysler Sebring, I called Mitchell Dealership Service Department to question what was causing the lack of heat in my car on November 30th. The Mitchell dealership did service my car on a previous Chrysler recall. However, when the service manager pulled my file, he told me that I could not get an appointment for service because there was a tag on my file, "Do not service this person." This notice on my file, I believe, is a vindictive action by Steve Mitchell, owner of the dealership, due to my interaction with his town activities and his continuous violation of town regulations. I can only believe that I am not the only person on Steve Mitchell's hit list. As a townie and an owner of a major business in town, he has been afforded special treatment by the town's elected officials. These privileges have empowered him to reject at will anyone who differs from his visions for the town. This is unacceptable and should be remedied. I immediately filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. Therefore, I'm asking everyone to boycott the Mitchell dealership for violation of First Amendment rights. Since I use M&M Automotive for all my repairs, to my satisfaction, I would recommend that everyone take their business to M&M Automotive, a Simsbury repair shop, where they are honest, with professional service, and reasonably priced. On another note, I am concerned about the salary structure that has been implemented with political overtones. During the Mary Glassman administration, there were two hires for executive staff chosen by a headhunter. Tom Cook, hired on November 10, 2010, with a salary of $102,000, an attorney with a background of labor law to negotiate all town employee contracts. Sean Kimball was hired with his background in public administration on January 11, 2011, with a salary of $57,500. When presenting salary increases for department heads in 2010, Tom Cook included himself for a longevity increase along with others, approved by the Board of Selectmen and First Selectman Lisa Hebner. Sean Kimball was provided a salary increase to $90,000 as interim finance director and then reduced to $71,238 when finance director was appointed. Tom Cook's salary was increased to $104,508 in fiscal year 2015, when the selectman's salary was reduced from $113,850 to $75. To Tom Cook's salary was increased to $124,508, and Sean Kimball's salary was increased to $97,000. All these increases were implemented with the approval of the Board of Selectmen outside the budget process. This is not professional management of tax dollars or adhering to professional budget practices. On December 17, 2015, the Charter Revision will be discussing possible implementation of town charter with a professional town manager as the CEO of Simsbury with one voice. On any other configuration is unworkable. I would urge everyone to attend the meeting to voice your opinion on this very crucial issue. At the last Charter Revision meeting, Mary Glassman stated that the town charter, as written, under the First Selectman duties is illegal and must be changed. I would hope that this Board of Selectmen would approve a charter with a professional town manager and send it to the public for vote. I am concerned with the approval of the Mike Gerard property as a workforce house overlay zone with a complete application and with many serious omissions. This application should have been denied without prejudice and resubmitted with all the omissions when completed. Now that there is newly elected zoning commission, they would have to thoroughly review the application for compliance before any shovels hit the ground. The WHOZ zone should be removed from town regulations since there are other mechanisms for application that serve the same criteria. Now that multiple sclerosis housing at Cambridge Road is rented, there's been an increase of calls to the Simsbury Police Department for assistance. With an overwhelming increase in housing for the elderly and medically challenged persons, there is a need for increased police and ambulance support. The town should be reviewing the need for more police personnel and more ambulance services. I am posting my comments on Facebook, Simsbury Politics, Simsbury Patch, Simsbury Topic, and Twitter at Joan Coe. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Ms. Coe.
Thank you, Joan.
Is there anyone else? Mr. Kalschman?
Thank you. Pardon my back, but I guess this is the spot. December 7th is a day I like to honor the greatest generation. And I, as a combatant, I had the pleasure of serving with the greatest generation for 2 wars in the police action. And I find it that when I was young, I defended the nation, and the greatest generation defended the nation. And now that we're approaching our twilight years, the greatest generation is older than I am. And I enlisted at 17. I'm 84. So the greatest generation, they gotta be in their 90s. And I find that these young men and women like myself defended the nation and protected the people. And now that we're in our twilight years, the nation can't defend us. We have terrorism running rampant. My wife and I went to the mall today. We don't know if we go there and we're coming back. And it's like, when you have a name like Kalishman, that's like they get double points if they kill you. So I have to go back to the nation and our leaders. And the leaders in Connecticut are 2 Democratic senators and 5 Democratic congressmen. And they can't protect us because they're like Don Coyote. They're chasing windmills. The terrorists aren't in gun control. The terrorists are over in the Middle East. They're coming over here. They're coming after us. And that something should be done to stop it in the Middle East. Stop it at the source. But our 7 elected Democrats are sitting on their hands and they're not doing anything. And I just feel that it's time to address this issue and let's stop dreaming and start action to protect the people. If the greatest generation could protect us, why can't you protect the greatest generation? Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Kalschman. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak at public audience? All right, moving on, we move to item number 4 in our agendas, the election of the Deputy First Selectman. Before we do that, I just want to congratulate every member of this board. It has been my honor to serve with you and to begin to serve with you, Elaine. I have worked with you at the Historic Society, so I feel as though I've served with you in another capacity. But each of you brings tremendous strengths, talents, commitment, love for this community, and I want you to know that I value all your strengths. I hope you see in your liaison assignments that I tried to put you where your strengths lie. I think I did a good job with that, although I did make one error that we'll fix tonight. But I just wanted to say tonight that we've gone back and forth as what is the proper way to pick a deputy first selectman, and there are many valid and thoughtful ways, but I just wanted to express that my preference is Chris Kelly tonight. He was my choice before, and he remains my choice. He brings with him his leadership as chairman of both public safety and personnel, and has been a long-standing member of the Board of Selectmen. He brings your analytic thoughtful and kind demeanor to the board. And that in no way diminishes what I think about everyone else on this board, because I think everyone on this board has tremendous strengths, and I care for you all. And I just want to say that going forward, I will work with you all in a bipartisan way and reach out to you, because I think we have some important issues ahead, and it's going to need all of us together, using our strengths together. So I make a motion to nominate Chris Kelly as Deputy First Selectman.
Excellent. And I will second that motion. I was honored to be able to step in and complete Nancy's term as deputy for the last few months. And obviously elections have consequences and things change. And Chris, you did an excellent job previously on the board. Obviously you ran hard, and I commend you for a strong victory and again a deserving one. And Elaine, it's wonderful to have you on here as well. And obviously Lisa, job well done. It'll be fun to serve with you, and you know, you two know how I feel about you, so.
We know.
Love you guys too.
Not sure where you go with that one.
My point being is I think it's important to continue to get the business of this community done. That's what we all ran on. We ran on some important issues. We put some important platforms together, and now it's time to go enact them. It's going to take 4 of us to get anything done on this board. That means that everything is going to have to be bipartisan. I have no doubt that that will continue to happen as it's happened in the past. So that's why I'm seconding Chris's nomination for deputy this evening.
Thank you, Sean. That means a lot to me. Is there any further discussion?
I'd just like to back up what you and Sean were saying, is that I think we do our best work when we work together. And I think this board, and now with the addition of Elaine, and is going to do great things together, and I am looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Lisa,
Mike.
I'd have to agree. I think the town is best served when we work together, and to me, that's the end goal. So I look forward to working with everybody up here to do the town's business.
Thank you, Mike. I look forward to it as well. Any further comments? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations. We now move on to item 5, approval of a resolution adopting the Board of Selectmen rules and procedures. What you have before you are the rules and procedures that we currently have. So if there are changes to be made, I would open it up for discussion now.
I would just suggest with section A 162-10, if we are altering the start time of the meeting, we should also alter the ending time to reflect that. So if we are moving forward with the 6 p.m.
That's wishful thinking.
That's
Okay, well, you're new, but sometimes we go till, no matter what time we start, I think we're good.
I think that
It's a good point.
It is a good point. I think, we always aim to be efficient with our meetings. If you don't mind, I would table that for right now, because we don't know when we're starting our meetings yet. We haven't gotten to that item. So we can go back and amend if you want to make an amend. But the fact is, we always do try and end our meetings as quickly as we can, being thoughtful and analytic and getting the information we need. All right. So with that, we do need a resolution.
Excuse me, Lisa.
Yeah.
I had a question.
Sure.
A 162-4, we talk about the state of the town message. What do you think that is?
Well, I've been following best practices that have been used for the last decade, so I've been doing the First Selectmen's report as it's been done for the past decade. But I am always open to suggestions if there's information in particular that you want. I've already had a conversation with Joe Mancini and told him I want quarterly updates on finances, because I think I initiated that anyway.
Yeah.
So, and I talked to Joe, and he said he would be very happy to give monthly financials in a lesser form. It's a lot of work on staff, but he said he could
Something
easily
brief.
put that together, right? So I could add that. I mean, that's one thing that came to my mind because I was already looking at it. But if you have other suggestions, just let me know a week in advance. I just ask for a week's notice so that I can pull it together.
No, to me, the state of the town is a bigger view than, no disrespect to what's going on in town over the next week or two. Not that that's not important, because that's what makes us a town.
Well, like I said, I'm open to it. So if
Okay,
there's something
great.
specific you want, just let me know, and I'll
Okay,
be sure to
thank you
include
very
it.
much.
And we can do that once a month, or
Sure.
however
just
often.
always like the State of the Union. I think we ought to roll a pulpit in here and we'll get a couple of people to stand behind you.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
You could walk down the aisle.
All right then, I'm in. I'm
Did
in.
really well with this speech. You're on.
All right, so I have a motion that needs to be read. Are there any changes as of right now? No, okay,
I mean,
so,
the public participation is staying the same. That seems to have served us well and the community well for the last few years, right? I mean, the time and agenda, that's routine. I mean, it's your office and town staff has done an excellent job of getting us information. I think, we had a discussion a couple of years ago about that, and I think, we've been doing more things electronically. I think that's served us well, so.
but we'll continue to try and get you
Yeah.
the information as early as we can. We do struggle sometimes.
No
so-
complaints. I mean, things get
Yeah.
done right up to the last minute. I understand. That's how business.
But we do
is
make an
conducted.
effort, and we will continue to make that a top priority for our staff.
Absolutely. There was only one concern that we wouldn't be allowed to, and I forgot this was in there, we couldn't add agenda items till 9. Now that we're potentially moving the meeting up earlier, I don't think that'll be an issue. But it would just be, if we ever had a situation where we needed to.
The time in section 2.
Yeah.
Oh, do we want to take that out?
I guess I read it and I don't really see the point of it.
Well,
Well, you
it's the
could
way-
keep
we
the
can-
2 hours after the beginning of the meeting and just get rid of the 9. Then you don't have to worry about what time we start.
I don't have an objection to that.
I'm sorry, where are you?
It's 162-2, the third to last line.
Under
Under no
no-
circumstances will any item be added to the agenda later than 9 PM.
We're proposing just saying, under no circumstances will any item be added to the agenda 2 hours after the beginning of the meeting.
That's,
And I have no intention of adding anything at that point, but if a reason circumstances arose and we needed to add it for what it would be silly for our rules to stop us from doing it.
Well, you could always amend the rules at a meeting if there was
That is
an
true.
emergency, I believe. Is that right, Tom? It would take a 2/3 majority.
I imagine that's right.
Right.
But what I heard was under no circumstances will any item be added to the agenda later than 2 hours after the beginning of the meeting, which honors, I think, the intent of.
I think that works.
Right.
Is that okay with you?
You can't add things late.
Any objections to that?
No.
So we will strike, do you have a
9
copy of the?
o'clock
Okay, so we will, under no circumstances will any item be added to the agenda,
Later than.
Later
well,
than-
striking later than 9 PM or.
Or just strike 9 PM
Just
or.
Strike.
Or,
Okay,
and then whichever
later
is
than.
earlier.
So we're keeping later than, striking 9 PM or.
And
So it reads, under no circumstances will any item be added to the agenda later than 2 hours after the beginning of the meeting. And then we can strike whichever is earlier.
Go to.
Correct.
Okay, so then I crossed out my motion, someone's gonna have to read it
Sorry.
with the crossed out.
I thought of that as I was.
So that's
reading
gonna
it.
be Sean who reads
Okay.
the.
I will.
There's one other ministerial change. It's just under A162-11, postage will expire in December of 2017. That'll run through the course of your term.
Yep.
I'm sorry, what was that?
That's on the copy.
The expiration.
Oh, it's on the, it's on the,
have it
yeah,
on ours.
It's in there,
So
yeah.
what is the motion that you need read?
it's gonna be this with the underline.
So I move that, be it resolved that the Board of Selectmen adopts the rules of procedures to govern the Board of Selectmen for the term commencing this evening and ending in December 2017, excuse me.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The Board of Selectmen rules and procedures as amended have been adopted. We go on to approval of the Board of Selectmen meetings for 2016. We did put in a start time of 6 PM, but I am not dead fast on that. We did do that because on Monday nights, our staff does work till 7. It gives an opportunity for staff to work during their regular hours and then leave. It is the start time of the Board of Finance, so we do know that that has been effective at that level. But there is a concern about, and a fair concern about whether members of this board can get to the meeting at 6, whether that's convenient for the work schedule. And so I'm not at all hard fast on this. So if we don't want to make that change, that's absolutely okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm willing to give it a shot. You know, obviously coming in from Hartford, it might be close a couple of times, but again, if I miss the state of the town, that might be okay. But I will, come on, level up with it. But I think that would be good because obviously we've got town staff that needs to be there. We often have presentations, members of the public that are making presentations to us that often run into the 8, 9 o'clock hour, that if we could have them run into the 7 or 8 o'clock hour, we could get more Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts to bed earlier and other projects that we have come in. So that that might be good, and we might get more public audience. It might be a more convenient time for folks. So I'm willing to give it a shot if other folks are as well.
Can I have other comments on this?
I'm willing to give it a try. I think we see how it works for a few months. If we have some kind of significant conflict where it would be tough for people to be there, then I think we look at our agenda and we can amend our meeting time, or one of us can not be late, but be late.
Well, I mean, we are respectful of your time and do appreciate that you guys, a lot of members here are working full-time as well. So I do want to be respectful of your time and absolutely understand that. And if we do, you know, it turns out that during the year we find that it's really not tenable, the meetings would then be, I believe, special meetings until the next year.
Unless, we'll have to check with Carolyn. It's possible that would only be a 30-day period.
Oh, perfect.
But it's possible we'll be able to get back in a regular meeting schedule, but there is that provision.
Okay.
I don't have any objection.
Chris?
No, that's fine.
So then we have what you'll see here are the dates. We did try to accommodate some of the holidays that are out there, being respectful of the summer months where we generally cancel anyway. And one meeting in December on the 12th. And again, we can always add more if we need a special meeting. So those are the regular meeting dates as of right now. Does anyone have any questions about the regular meeting dates?
Lisa, are we going to have another meeting this December?
We are,
Okay.
on the 14th, yeah.
So,
Unless there are no agenda items submitted, I haven't turned to that agenda yet.
No, let's get through today first.
Okay.
So I move that we adopt the meeting schedule as submitted. We have to read the resolved?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You can just adopt these.
Do I need to read the dates?
No, you can read a motion as submitted in our packets. I make a motion.
Let's see. What is our motion?
You can just read the be it resolved. You can make a motion be it resolved if you want.
Yeah,
You can just read it.
I was gonna read
Just go ahead
the
and
resolved
read
one,
it.
yeah, I was already.
Just go ahead and do that.
Be it resolved that the Board of Selectmen fixes the time and place of its regular meeting as follows, with the meetings to be scheduled on Mondays at 6 p.m. in the main meeting room of the Town Hall as specified in our agenda documents.
second that motion.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The meetings are approved for 2016 and through 2017. Oh, no, just through 2016, I'm sorry, 16. All right. First, Selectmen's appointment of board and commission liaison assignments you have before you. This is not something that is subject to board vote. They are by charter within the purview of the first Selectman. I did try to assign you to your strengths. The one I forgot was the Economic Development Committee. And so I would like to give to Sean. Ask him. But that means, Sean, you have 10 assignments, and Mike, you have 8. Everyone else has 9.
Personnel subcommittee.
I was gonna say, don't they meet at the same time?
Let's, if you don't mind, before we move on.
Yes, we will do that. Let's go back. We also have the,
Very back, the same document.
thank you. Listed below are the dates for the regular Personnel Subcommittee meeting of the Board of Selectmen for 2016. You will see that they are at 7:30 in the morning in the Board of Education Conference Room located at Simsbury Town Hall. This is again to accommodate people's working schedule. We found that for this committee, you guys prefer the morning meetings. February 4th, April 7th, June 23rd, August 4th, and October 20th. May I have a motion?
I move it. I'll second that.
Does that conflict with retirement subcommittee?
No, it does not.
We're doing that on Wednesday?
We're doing that on
Okay,
Wednesday.
all right.
Yeah, because actually he's the staff liaison.
Yeah, I know.
So there will
That's
not be a conflict.
That's why I'm looking at him.
He's going to go from one room to the other. No. I mean, you'll notice with the liaison assignments how many committees we have.
Yeah.
And that is something I hope the charter is looking at because it is a tremendous amount of.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Agreed.
So we have a motion from Chris, a second from Sean. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
They are approved. You got that, Kat? Okay. The liaison assignment, so I do have, with the one addition here for Sean, ask him to the Economic Development Committee. Sean, that means you have 10. Is there one you want to give up? And Mike, do you want to keep? You are welcome to keep 10 if you prefer.
Okay, you two fight it out. I'm gonna move back.
I mean, it's fine with me. I mean, Mike, do you want another one on the list?
You know what? We can keep it what it is, and we we can make a
You
shift
can always,
later?
you can always make changes. You can always make changes.
Okay.
Can we figure
You
it out?
can, yeah, you can
Yeah.
think about it, and I will accept, a recommendation from the two of you at our
Okay.
next meeting if there's a change you voluntarily want to make. If not, it's fine to go 10, 8, 9, 9, 9. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I want to mention that Joe Mancini helped me set up an Excel sheet, so appreciate Joe Mancini, but it did get a little wacky there because I was not that good at the Excel sheet, which is how we lost Economic Development Committee. Going on to reappointment of temporary committee members. Each temporary boards, ad hoc boards, terms expire when our terms expire, that they are contemporaneous with the Board of Selectmen. So generally, we need to appoint them either in December. In the past, it has been our practice to extend them through July to give each committee a chance to review. January, right? Thank you. Yeah, I got a little carried away there. Till January to give the committees to review and the chairs to review which of their members want to continue and what vacancies there are. So the recommendation to you tonight is to reappoint the temporary committee members through January 25th, for our January 25th meeting, and then reappoint them permanently or make any changes that are recommended at that point.
I'll move that.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. The last item for our adjournment is reappointment of Town Council, Town Labor Council, and Retirement Plan Council. We are recommending that this board reappoint Updike Kelly Spalacy, PC Town Council, Mirtha Kalina, Labor and Employment Law Council, and Reed and Rage, did I say that right? Riga, Retirement Plan Council. As you can see from the submissions, we did go out to RFP in 2014 and 2013 for the Retirement Plan Council. John, the reason we are not recommending going out to bid on the Retirement Council right now is Mr. Guyette is currently working on the process of obtaining the IRS qualification for determinations for the town's plan. And that's a fairly complicated process, and we didn't want to switch drivers at this point. So that's the reason for that. Tom, would you like to speak to any of this?
I just, again, thanks to the committee that helped with the two selection processes we went through for town council and for labor council. Labor council's worked out very well. I'm very happy with some very timely and practical advice. Similarly, town council continues to perform well. Bob DeCrescenzo is offering once again the same rate as offered in the annual deal since 2008. So we're quite happy right now. We'll be back to you at the end of this term to see whether or not we need to go out again.
Great.
I move that we reappoint the firms as proposed in our agenda items.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously, and we are at item 10. Who would like to make that motion?
I would like to move to adjourn.
Okay. All in favor, please say aye. We are adjourned. Congratulations.
Congratulations, everybody.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.